Wait, Christian Pulisic just broke his silence after the USA's World Cup round of 32 match against Belgium? And what he said about Balogun has everyone talking. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Right after the final whistle, Christian Pulisic spoke to the media and was asked about Balogun returning to the starting lineup despite being sent off in the previous match against Bosnia. Pulisic said the team fully supported Balogun and never lost confidence in him. According to Pulisic, one mistake should never define a player, especially in a tournament as big as the World Cup. He explained that Balogun stayed focused, trained hard, and was mentally ready to help the team the moment he got another opportunity. Pulisic also praised Balogun's attitude inside the locker room, saying he remained positive, encouraged his teammates, and showed everyone that he was determined to bounce back. Then Pulisic added that football is all about responding to difficult moments. He said every great player faces setbacks, but the best players always find a way to come back stronger. He admitted there were moments where the team lost shape, moments where the organization disappeared, and moments where they looked vulnerable. But he said the important thing was how they responded. Pochettino said great teams are not perfect. Great teams suffer. They struggle, they survive, and they learn. That's exactly what he believes happened in this match. He also spoke about the younger players in the squad. He said this kind of...
Pochettino also went deeper into what this match really meant for the team. He said this wasn't just another win. It was a lesson. A lesson about pressure. A lesson about responsibility. And a lesson about how fast things can change in knockout football. He said before the match, he warned the players that Bosnia would be dangerous, that they would fight for every ball, and that they would not make things easy. And exactly that happened. Pochettino admitted the USA struggled more than expected. He said the team lost control too many times, allowed too many chances, and made too many simple mistakes. Mistakes that stronger teams will punish without mercy. That's why after the final whistle, he didn't celebrate too much. Instead, he focused on what needs to improve. He said the defense must become stronger, more organized, more focused. Because if you want to go far in a World Cup, clean defending is everything. But he also praised the courage of his players. He said when the match became chaotic, they never stopped fighting. They kept believing. And they kept pushing until the end. That mentality impressed him. Because according to Pochettino also spoke about the emotional side of this victory. He said people only look at the score. They see the win. They celebrate. But they don't understand what the players go through during a game like this. He said the pressure was enormous. Not just because it's the World Cup, but because it's happening at home, in front of American fans, in front of their families, in front of the entire world. And according to him, that kind of pressure can destroy teams if they are not mentally strong. He admitted there were moments where he could feel the tension growing on the bench. Every missed pass, every defensive mistake, every dangerous attack from Bosnia made the pressure even heavier. He said there were times where one single moment could have changed the whole story. That's why he called this match one of the most important tests of character for the team. Pochettino said this was not about tactics anymore, not about formations, not about game plans. It became about survival, about courage, about who wanted it more. And in his eyes,
Pochettino also talked about what this victory could mean for the future of this team. He said moments like this can change everything, not just in one tournament, but in the mentality of an entire generation. He said when players survive matches like this, they grow, they become stronger, smarter, more mature, and that experience becomes priceless. He believes this American squad is still growing, still learning, and still far from reaching its full potential. That's what excites him the most. Because according to Pochettino, this team has not shown its best football yet, and that should worry the rest of the tournament. He said there's still another level inside this squad, a level they must reach if they want to compete with the biggest nations. But he also reminded everyone that growth comes through pain, through mistakes, through difficult moments.
And this match against Bosnia was full of those moments. He said there were times where the team looked uncomfortable, times where they looked too rushed, too nervous, too open defensively. And he knows those problems must be fixed immediately, because stronger teams will punish every weakness. Pochettino said the players understand that now, and sometimes understanding your weaknesses is the first step toward becoming dangerous. He also praised the fighting spirit of the squad. He said even when
Pochettino also made it clear that this tournament is about more than just winning games. He said it's about building belief, building identity, and building a team that can handle the biggest moments. He said after the Bosnia match, he saw something in his players that gave him confidence. Not perfection, not dominance, but resilience. The ability to keep going when everything feels against you. He said that quality cannot be taught. It comes from experience, from suffering, and from learning how to survive. That's why he believes this difficult win could become one of the most important moments of the entire tournament for Team USA. He also admitted the players were frustrated with themselves after the game, not because they lost, but because they know they can perform much better. And Pochettino likes that mentality. He said when players are not satisfied after winning, it means they want more. It means they are hungry. And hunger is dangerous. He said this team must use that frustration as fuel. Fuel to improve, fuel to grow, and fuel to become stronger in the next round. Because the reality is simple. Every match now becomes harder. Every opponent becomes smarter. And every weakness becomes easier to expose. Pochettino said if America wants to stay alive in this World Cup, they must become more ruthless, more focused, and more disciplined. He also reminded the players that opportunities like this don't come often. Pochettino finished his interview by sending one final message to the players and the fans. He said this team has shown courage. They've shown fight. But now they have to show something even bigger: consistency. He said one good result means nothing if you can't repeat it. And in a World Cup, every game writes your story. He reminded everyone that the road only gets harder from here. Stronger teams, bigger pressure, and bigger expectations. But he believes this squad is ready to suffer, ready to fight, and ready to give everything for the badge. Pochettino said the players now understand what it takes to survive at this level, and that experience could be the key to going even further. He said the dream is still alive. The fans are behind them. The country is watching. And now it's time to prove that Team USA belongs among the best. But the biggest question remains: can America handle what comes next? Can they rise when the pressure gets even bigger? Or will this journey end when the challenge becomes too great? The next match will decide everything.